Hello and welcome to my channel, Crafting with me, Indiana Jones. Though I'm not crafting today, because, well, time, life, things, those kind of things that happen. This was a very busy week for me with a couple of events at work, some late hours, and a wonderful visit from my niece from Tallahassee. So I did get a chance to do some thrifting, and she loves thrifting as well. But not only that, I like to call this thrifted, gifted, or sifted. These are the different ways that I find things. Either I find them at the thrift store, they're gifted to me by my friends, or they're sifted from the trash. Or I'd like to call recyclable areas. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this thrifted, gifted, and sifted edition, and keep your eyes open to see what I do with these wonderful thrifted and gifted and sifted finds. Welcome to the Last Thing Thrifted Collaborations, hosted by my friends Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling, Shelly of Repurposed My Way, Marika of Marika Creates, Monica of Up All Night DIY, yours truly, me, and a very sweet special friend, Jody at Southern Seasons. All of us got together and shared our love of thrifting and upcycling. But for today, I'm just going to share a thrift haul with you. I hope you enjoy it. Remember to check out all their channels to see what's the last thing they thrifted this week. Now I know what you're thinking. Your cat is not thrifted, gifted, or sifted. Well, it is gifted. This is my little gift from heaven, as she always spends time with me when I'm in the craft room, little kudu. But I wanted to share with you first and foremost my most important, most meaningful find within the last 2 weeks. I found this beautiful Mackenzie Childs enamelware, and I believe this is called like a squash container. I can't remember what it's called, a closed jar or a covered jar, and this is absolutely beautiful. The springtime colors, everything about this just is the most beautiful thing that I could have found. I never would have bought anything Mackenzie Childs because I don't support the corporation, but I do support Victoria Mackenzie Childs. Imagine my sadness, first my elation to find this for $5. But then imagine the sadness that I felt when I found out that she had passed away just a few days earlier. And it was funny because I was getting so excited to correspond with her. I had corresponded with her several times when she first started off her channel. I absolutely loved watching her. And if you haven't seen her, I will include her link below, and we will have collaboration to celebrate her life and her artistic value next week. But I really love this beautiful container. This jar is just beautiful. Again, the yellow, the wonderful roses, spectacular. So I just wanted to share that with you first and foremost. Next, what are the chances that I would find this thing? Look at this. This is a paper mache reindeer head, which is absolutely spectacular. Now you'll notice that I have it all marked up because I'm preparing it for my Mackenzie Childs collaboration. I mean, if you've seen the Mackenzie Childs deer heads, number one, you know how expensive they are. Number two, you know how intricate the work is. So this is the challenge that I've placed myself in for next week. This was only $4 and originally from Home Goods, believe it or not. So I don't know if they still make these, but look at how fabulous. And I can't wait to get started on my Mackenzie Childs collaboration, especially with this beautiful reindeer head. I can't wait to actually have it displayed for Christmas this year. Next, at my local church bazaar, I found this beautiful finial. Look at how gorgeous. The top is either lead crystal or glass or something, but it's very top heavy. The bottom, however, is made of resin, but I thought this would make a beautiful item also in the Mackenzie Child style and perfect for Easter. Now I know we're preparing for Easter, but why don't we prepare for Halloween? Check this out. Isn't this spooky and so gothic and dark academia? This is one of those book boxes, and believe it or not, I bought this at the church bazaar for $1. Absolutely spectacular. I love how this looks, and I can't wait to decorate for Halloween with this beautiful book. Now, the same gentleman also had this cute, adorable little case or little box. And just for the closure and the handle alone, it was worth the $1 that I spent on it. Now, even though it's adorable and it's very like 90s shabby chic, there's a big difference. I want to, of course, eventually change the decor of it and maybe use some IOD molds and some parchment paper, some decoupage paper, but I just think this is so cute. Now, I don't have the opportunity to visit many estate sales, but there was an estate sale in my area and I was lucky enough to find this incredible ironstone set. The full set, the full plates, the salad plates, the soup bowls, the tea cup, the saucer, and little bowls that were also included, a soup bowl, or a salad bowl, I should say, a platter, and a smaller covered container with the salt and pepper shakers, everything for a seating of 12 individuals for $70. This is Chippendales, Johnson Brothers, I believe, English ironstone, and look at this beautiful design. I couldn't pass this up, and I really enjoyed being able to give this a new home. I don't have a lot of china sets. I do have a lot of teacups, but this is something that I can truly share with my family, and I just love the scalloped edge. Everything is about this is perfectly wonderful for me. I wanted to share some more beautiful items. Now, the way this estate sale was being marketed, I suppose they would call it a hoarder house. And yes, it was from the floor to the rafters filled with items, but the caliber and quality of the items, I would say that she was more a collector of just beautiful things. Look at this tablecloth. I believe this is all hand crocheted. And as much as I would love to use this as a tablecloth, never, because I would be afraid of it getting stained, I would love to see if there's any way I can use this as one of those long coats, but at the same time, you know, like a duster jacket, I think this would be beautiful, but at the same time, it breaks my heart to cut this up. But let me show you all of the items that I have found. There were fabrics and laces and look at this. This is so cool. Look at these buttons. The collection of buttons is absolutely spectacular. I love them all, but there was so much. She had these amazing collars for jackets and dresses, and I love the fact that she kept these button samples on the actual cards. There was so much to see. It was overwhelming. The laces, beautiful, and these date back probably to the 60s and the 70s. It's just amazing what this woman had. Look at these beautiful, adorable vintage wooden spools. I hate to even use them, except for maybe use them as decoration because they're so pretty. She even had projects that she hadn't completed, some quilted projects that I thought were so beautiful and whimsical. And thinking of Mackenzie Childs, she would find such pleasure at looking at these items and rediscovering the beauty of these simple crafts and really putting them to use. Maybe I can use them maybe even as a a lampshade. I think I could use those as a lampshade somehow. I think that would be wonderful. But the value of all these laces are just immeasurable. Little collars, so many items. It would be a whole entire a whole entire episode just sharing all of these items one by one with you. I also have to thank Giselle for sharing all this beautiful items with me as we shared the experience of the thrifting at an estate sale together. Here are some more thrifted items from the church. I found this bag of all of these handles and locks and decorations for I guess old furniture, but these were very heavy, so I know that this was from an antique. And for $1, I thought it was worth buying the full bag of all of these items. Next, I found a full bag of these vintage cookie cutters. Look at this in aluminum and copper. Look at the little witch. How perfect is this? And I blame Yvonne of Ginger Chick Rehab for getting me inspired to buy this. The whole entire bag, the bag that you're seeing here, 99 cents, my friends. 99 cents. Could you beat it? Do I need it? No, but at that price, yes, I do, because I'm just thinking of making a cookie cutter wreath with both of those colors included. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Just beautiful silver and copper together. I think it would just be magical to create a wreath like this for, and I think there was a little, is that a bunny or is that a windmill? I don't know. But I think I would just love to do this. And not only that, I should use these cookie cutters and create some fake cookies for that wreath as well. But I mean, I don't know from when these are, but this collection was just so extensive. This was not from the estate sale. This was from American Thrift. And I'm so glad that I can share this little find with you. Now, this is a gifted item from my friend Betty. She was going to throw this out, but you and I both know that I can definitely make very good use of this. It is cracked, it is plastic, but you know what? For what I have in mind, it really doesn't matter. I just love that it has that swirl decoration that I can trace on the top. All I'm going to do is just, I guess, use some paint, and hopefully the plastic paint from Plaid will be able to work on this acrylic stand, and I think it'll turn out just fine. Betty this week was very generous and also gifted me these wonderful display items. I believe she would display her earrings. They actually remind me of tennis rackets, but I think they are beautiful. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them both or I'm just going to use one for my own hanging earrings and use the other one maybe for display. I'll just decide. Might even use the other one as a frame, who knows, but I think these are fabulous and you can't beat free. Another gifted item is this wonderful book holder or a recipe book holder, whatever you want to call it. But I think this would be fabulous to use for those books, those fairy tale books that Erin creates from the provincial farmhouse. And I would love to recreate some fairy books of my own for my collection and display them with this rack. Here's another beautiful item from Betty. This is a wrought iron, and this is actually a chandelier. You can see the top of this. You can hang this outside on you can hang it outside on your porch, anywhere, and have battery powered candles on top, or you can use this as a centerpiece, which is what I think I'm going to do for this Easter. I know I have a lot of other beautiful centerpieces, but I think this is just so spectacular. I can't help myself but add this to my spring decor. Last but not least, I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. It's another Michael's box. Yes, but this one is special. Look at it. It is beat up. It has gone through the ringer and it needed help. It needed a home. It needed a home, people. Not only that, but when I went to ring it up, it actually rang up $5. So I guess because this was the last remaining box and it just looked so ugly, nobody wanted it, so I decided to bring it home with me. This was a separate Michael's from the one I had gone to. And so let's open it up together and see what we can see. Kudu is a little upset that I don't have any space for her. But yeah, this was wow. So these are all these amazing stems, or picks as you want to call them, and they're these blue berries. They're frosted, so of course it's like Christmassy, but I was thinking this would make such a beautiful, oh look, and there's actually a stem that was perfect for Halloween, so I'll have that as well. But I even thought of creating a wreath with these, or should I save this and change my decor to like a blue and gold? What do you think? I don't know. I have to see what the decorations are going to be at the Deering estate. But I could even use these. I think these would be beautiful to create a wreath for, Memorial Day weekend or for 4th of July, and especially to celebrate the 250th birthday of our nation. But there are a lot of picks. I think I counted more than 30 picks. And these were valued at around $19 or $14 each, something like that. It was an incredible price, but so many beautiful items in this box. We had a Frosty the Snowman sequined hat, and we have a beautiful blue and black poinsettias. I guess I can save these black poinsettias that I found for Halloween. I thought these would look cool maybe on a wreath. I can take them apart and just use them as leaves. But these beautiful blue stems are fantastic. I just love them. I can make centerpieces with them, and I can decorate my tree. So many things that I can do with these. So I am really, really happy to have spent the $5 on these items, and especially since those stems were just priced at like anywhere between $12.99 to $19.99 a stem. And there's also some silver jingle bell stems that I can add to my Christmas decor. Well, I have many blessings, and now I have to find a way to use them all and to share all of these ideas with you in the weeks to come. I am so grateful to my gifts, which are for these wonderful friends who co-hosted this collaboration together with me. Please remember to visit their channels in the links of the description down below. I can't thank you enough for stopping by, but if you enjoyed this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and come back for more. But most importantly, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure. And share your own adventures where you are thrifted, gifted, or sifted the wonderful treasures that you craft with every day. I'll see you again very soon.